out of the way. That's the police officer, Oli. He's quite unhappy with us being here. But you can't handle us. We're working with the No, we're working with the MMC. You can't. The MMC invited us. The MMC invited us. Don't pull me. Oli, that's the police officer that's quite unhappy. Don't pull us. Don't push us. So we were called in by the MMC. The police officer here is currently unhappy that we are here, but basically 3 people have been arrested. You can't, don't. You can't manhandle us. That's so Kali basically.
President of Midland.
But you must get permission.
Permission to be at the police station.
All right, let's bring you an update now. Nqobile Madlala joins us for the latest from Midrand. Nqobile, good evening to you once again. I need to start with whether or not you are okay after that incident. What's happened since?
Well, Kali, that was quite confrontational from the police officer. And what's even more funny about that incident, Kali, is that when we were doing the first live, he did find us in the room with the MMC. We went live with the MMC. You will remember that we were invited to a drug bust by the MMC, and there's JMPD officers that are part of this drug bust, the tactical force, the K9 units that were part of that drug bust. So they had brought back to the police station in Midrand what they had found, and obviously the 3 people that were arrested. So he saw us earlier speaking to the MMC. He came inside the police station, inside the space that we were in, and we then walked out. We were asked to walk out because they needed to continue with their work. Then later on, he would then come out and confront us, now pretending as if he had not seen us a little earlier on. Quite confusing, but it's to just put it up clear. We were here because we were invited by the MMC. He was going to now book the 3 people that were arrested in that raid. And talking about that raid, we are going to speak to the MMC now. MMC, a successful raid today for you?
Yes, it was. It was an intelligence-driven raid. We've been working on this for about 2 months. That's why we were very quiet. So we've established another, on top of the K9 and TRU, on top of them, there's an elite unit that is doing an intelligence gathering. So the success you see is about a month's work. We've got about 20 sites already that we're actually going to be raiding tomorrow or the other day. But this was a purely an element of surprise. Only few individuals knew about this thing on the JMPD and also within SAPS. So, the incident that happened was actually very unfortunate, what that happened on TV, where you were manhandled.
And MMC, about that incident, the police officer said we had no permission to be there. That's quite confusing because you are the MMC of safety and we were with you and you had invited us there. What do you say about this?
Look, I think inside the station, normally you will probably not have the media inside, and of course when you guys went inside, it was fine and we took the interviews, but then we were told by the leadership that look, when you're booking evidence and that media is not really allowed, and then that's when I asked you guys, look, can you guys go outside, wait for us outside at least so that we can finish what we're actually doing. So the incident outside very unfortunate, and the advice is that normally when an incident like that happens, you need to go to the IPID so that IP can do the investigation. And I think probably also, when we, but I think for my colleagues that was stationed, it was a surprise because no one knew anything about this whole operation except the top brass of SAPS. They knew about it, but I think that it was also this agitation in terms of what is people coming to the station, all of that. But the incident was really, really unfortunate. We should not really this like violence against women. I mean, you know what happened to Kwekwe and all of that. So our advice is that you need to contact will help you to contact the IPIT so that you can lay a complaint. Then there will be an investigation and all of that, and you'll be brought in, and the officer will be brought in to explain himself in terms of what was his doing.
All right. And I suppose that speaks to the clarity then of seeking clarity from the SAPS.
Yes, madam. And also, I will appraise the Major General Mtombeni. He's actually very helpful. He's been working with us quite a lot, and sometimes when we get resistance in terms of arrests in any station, he will come through with the top generals and also the crime intelligence. So this incident, I think by now it should be in his desk because province has been contacting you. So we're going to raise it as well there so that you know media freedom is quite, I mean, it is quite very key in terms of the operations. We're going to be calling you in many operations. We need to show that the public in terms of what is actually happening. And, you know, some of the evidence that we are actually, I mean, to be honest with you, some of the intelligence work that we're actually doing is going to be annoying a lot of people, okay? With the intelligence gathering that we've been getting, some of our colleagues are involved, okay? So we have to tread very carefully. So some of the information we're actually giving, you know, to the top brass. But what we are doing right now is disturbing a lot of people. So we are not surprised that if myself, I'm going to be prosecuted. I know that the TRU here, every time they actually been reported to the IPIT, you know, they've been killing people and all of that. Look at Kolani as well. Look at General Mkwanas. Once you start to disturb the drug distribution, then something is going to be pinned on you. So, but I'm just saying that what happened today is really unfortunate, and I want to say to my colleagues there, we are going to be busting lots of the drug dealers because we've got almost 20 to 30 sites for sure that with that in intelligent gathering. Some of our colleagues have been seen in those areas collecting money, and that information has been submitted. Number plates, people coming to collect. What I'm saying that there are people watching, the cameras are rolling. So our colleagues must be very careful, both on the JMP side and the police side. That must stop, especially on the Hillbrow side. And these operations are going to be undercount, they're going to be an element of the surprise. But we've actually been getting a lot of support from the generals in terms of booking people in.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. That is the MMC. Of course, Oli, just deliberating on what has taken place here. We have seen 3 people arrested for the drugs, and we are told that the operations will continue.
Obina Madlala, thank you very much. And once again, before we let you go, we are very sorry for what has happened to you, but also happy to know that this matter is now going to be taken forward. Thank you very much, Obina Madlala.